Everyone has a little voice in their head or an inner dialogue that influences thinking and actions. But while self talk is healthy and can steer us in the right direction, it can also become our worst enemy. And rather than use our inner voice to boost self confidence and self esteem, we use it to tear ourselves down. This can have a huge impact on our mental and physical health. But the good news is that you can tame your inner critic and stop negative self talk. Number one, focus on the wins. Every day isn't going to be roses and sunshine. Things don't always go according to plan, and some days might feel like an epic failure. But even when you fall short of hitting some of your daily goals, in most cases you were able to accomplish a few tasks. So rather than focus on what you couldn't do, learn how to filter out negative experiences and celebrate your daily wins. Number two, set realistic expectations. Sometimes we're our own worst critic, so the expectations we set for ourselves are often higher than the expectations we set for others. But while it's okay to aim high, setting the bar unreasonably high can lead to disappointment, thus setting the stage for negative self-talk. So rather than hold yourself to unattainable standards, be honest about your abilities and set realistic goals. Number three, examine the evidence. The next time you catch yourself in the middle of negative self-talk, seriously consider whether these feelings are really justified. In other words, do you have any evidence to support these negative thoughts? You might feel that you can't do anything right or that you're terrible at your job, but you might have nothing to back up this claim. On the contrary, others might frequently praise and commend your work or have other positive things to say about you. And if that's the case, the way you perceive yourself isn't likely how others see you. Number four, embrace positive people. The company we keep can have a positive or negative influence on us. So if you're struggling with negative self-talk, surrounding yourself with overly critical people can affect your outlook. Not only can their attitude rub off on you, constant criticism can make you doubt or question your own abilities. Number five, what would you say to a friend? The same way you would offer a relative or friend encouraging words when they're struggling with self-doubt, you should have the same empathy and compassion for yourself. So practice being your own best friend and talk to yourself in the same manner you would encourage another person. In other words, what would you say to a friend that's struggling? You wouldn't say anything negative to anyone else, so why say it to yourself? Number six, replace negative words. Negative words like never, nothing, no one, or nobody are typically used when rejecting or disagreeing with something. And when people give into negative self-talk, they will often use these words when making irrational statements such as, I'll never be good enough, I'll never get ahead, or nobody likes me. But one thing to keep in mind is that avoiding these words when speaking about yourself can gradually shift your mindset, and as a result, you'll have a more realistic view of yourself. It also helps to soften the intensity of other language. So instead of saying, I hate, to describe something about yourself, change this to, I don't like. Number seven, say your thoughts out loud. Negative self-talk can occur at the most inopportune times, such as when you're trying to work, sleep, or relax. And since this inner dialogue takes place in your head, it's not always easy to shut off the conversation. However, saying what you're thinking aloud is not only great for emotional control, it might also provide some perspective, because talking out loud helps us work through and process our thoughts. And by doing this, you might realize that you're being too hard on yourself.